Well, it's time to get to work. Welcome back to the channel. I've already been working on the boat today. It is like a real feel like 103 here in Florida. Good grief, it's been rough lately. But the boat's had some issues, and so I just wanted to show where my progress has been, some rabbit holes I went down, some issues I went down, and we'll go from there. So hope you enjoy this video, find something informative. I'd love to hear your comments, any insights. That's always greatly appreciated. Stay tuned. So in this video, what happened was the camera had actually malfunctioned. That's something I'm dealing with my GoPro, that this Florida heat, and plus it's already existing overheating issues that have existed since at least the GoPro 8, and I think they're on the 12 and they haven't done anything to fix it. It just creates it where I get all these glitches in my camera. But what I was trying to show is how this winch right here, my initial thought on this was to move it back because the truck or the trailer is not holding the boat as it should, and I figured that needs to go back a little bit, and that maybe I could turn around the winch or do something along that lines, trying to get the winch to work. But as you'll later find out, this was a faulty rabbit hole, and I go through a lot of faulty rabbit holes with trying to fix this trailer. I'm not a guy that's always had boats and always had trailers, so I make mistakes, and I'm talking about needing safety glasses here. You know, at least I know that much about it. So that's what this was about. Sorry for the audio. Alright, this GoPro, the SD card was messing up for some reason. It says the SD card's been messing up. I don't know what's going on with GoPro. I'm so ready to get rid of this GoPro and get something else that's unreal. So we're going to grind this off. Well, guys, that is off now. I've got a fairly slick surface to adhere to. I think I'm going to put some paint under here just for a little added protection. But all in all, very happy with the outcome. It is a lot better than what I thought would happen. So now we're going to see how this other part goes. Yay. Again, the GoPro camera malfunctioned, and so what I'm doing here is showing you that as a hookup the truck, the lights are not working, and wouldn't you know it, it was the ground wire that was messed up on this light, and so I had to fix the lighting before I could fix the trailer. So that's the reason for this. It is not doing what I want it to do. That's not a good thing. This thing is corroded all the way through. There we go. Finally getting a little bit. That ain't gonna work. Too short now. Round 2. Got my little connectors. I'm gonna undo this, connect this to something a little bit stronger, more durable, and go from there. So this should fit. If not, I got a bare connector, make it work, but it should fit. And I just need to measure out a piece big enough that I've got room to work with. Okay, so neighbor came by and we chewed cud for a little bit. This right here is just too short, so I've got to strip this off. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. And then what I did is I stripped the black and the red out of this right here, took this casing off of it. This is tinned copper, so this is a lot better than what I had before. Way better than what I really need for this. And so I cut both ends, so I got plenty to work with. And I'm just going to go right here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this right here. Alright, now go into my connector. I think I used a green one on this one last time. Should work with this other one. Alright. 18 to 16. Tinned copper is always the way to go if you can with boats. I wish more of the lights and stuff they would use tin copper, but they don't, because, you know, planned obsolescence. Now I use my heat gun. Alright, so what I'll do is I'm going to get a piece of the black material, get some more of the white. You hear something whistling, it is a hawk overhead, which I think is freaking neat, or as we say in Cherokee, Tawody. So got a Tawody going on. A piece of black, a piece of white. This size, that to be ish. So I got those two pieces right there. That will be my heat shrink. Not a perfect solution, but better than what most people have. I wish I could find some connectors like this that were self-soldering. That's what I want, some self-soldering battery terminals and connectors for electrical stuff. But what I'm going to do is run this over. That. Got this right here. Just to be sure. There, just to be safe. Oh, ooh. There we go. Side of here go as deep as I can go. That's gonna be as good as you can get. That's all you can do, folks. At this point, I've about had enough. Of course, the GoPro overheated and caused the audio to be dead, but here you go, showing proof that the light got fixed so that we could get to the boat ramp to actually start working on the trailer. Yay! With this project, because I didn't have something to lift off the boat from the trailer so I could work on it at my house, I had to take the boat to a nearby boat ramp. And what I do is offload the boat, and then from there I would work on the boat in the parking lot. Then I'd reload the boat, and I would go off and on, back and forth. This was a constant problem, having to, unload and reload the boat when the problem is that the trailer malfunction doesn't allow me to load the boat up properly. And so that's something that I constantly was struggling with here. But nothing else, it's a very beautiful park area, very good boat ramp, although you will see an issue later on that I have with the boat ramp. So there are some issues with it. No boat ramp is perfect, but as far as the ones in my county, it's a pretty good boat ramp. So that's just me offloading, and I'll be doing this at least 20 or 30 times before we get done with this. Alright, so this is a very busy, very well used park. It's very windy. I've got my wind suppressor on. Hopefully you will be able to hear me as I start working on this. First thing we're going to do is take this winch off, take this roller off, change that. We'll take that off next, or actually we'll take the bracket off next, move that down, flip it around, flip that around, take that pin out, just flip the whole mechanism around, and try to get this lined up. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Okay, the camera overheated, but this right here even though it's a little wiggly, this right here is secure. I'm not worried about it for now. This will be fixed today, okay? So this will be fixed. Now what I need to do is set this up in a way where I'm gonna call that good. Goes in like this. Okay, this is 3/4 inch. Alright, this is take 2 of the fix. Got the boat on. One of the problems is this was still too high. So I've got to switch this around like I was originally going to do and see if that will help some. I doubt it, but we'll see. I'm going to play with that. And then over here, we got one of the pieces of wood that's too high. I think lowering them all down might actually help. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower all these and see if I can't get this to work better. Stay tuned. Alright, one of the first things I want to do is see if I can turn this around and make a difference. So let's try that. 9/16. Wondering, is that the way I should do this? That would definitely get it up. Give me room for direct contact without any. I think I'm gonna give this a try. Okay, so this is 11/16. See if we can get this broken free. Get this a little down. Alright. Alright. Let's get all these loosened up and down. Just make sure this is all good. we got a bit of a problem here. So you still gotta go up pretty good ways, and by bringing those down, it actually didn't help. I think what I need to do is keep the bottom ones down and top ones all the way up, and that'll help guide it. And then I need to come up with a roller solution right there. If I can have a roller kind of pick it up as it's going, that might be the solution. So what I got here is some flat stock. Got this at Tractor Supply. It's roughly about 1¼ inches wide by a foot long, both sides. They sell these adjustable boat roller things where there's a little 27-degree bend or something like that, and then another 9-degree bend so that you got a spindle. But this right here, I'm gonna do it. I couldn't find any T-braces. I wanted T-braces, but the hardware store that we have, they didn't have any that's a thick gauge. They had some that was thin, but nothing thick. So I'm going to show you what I did with these and how we're going to modify them a little bit. Alright, so what I did is I took a C battery and I just kind of put it there, and that's going to help me round out that top part. Then I went over here and I measured, since this was they're 2 inches apart, I put a mark right dead center. This 2 inches dead center. There's a wide gap here. I put a mark there just in case, but I really don't want to use that if I can get away with it. But if I need to, I got that, but I know that that's going to leave me problems. I may have to move that mark down. So now we need to figure out where we're going to put this on the boat. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix this up for drilling and cutting. Alright, so what I've done, I figured out a spot. I'm going to drill these 3 holes out right here. That is going to be the 3/8 inch hole that I'm going to use for doing this, for my bolts. Then this needs to be tapped out to 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to take my angle grinder and cut it. To do that, I need all this brace so that it's even. So what I did is I took some sheet metal screws. These are stainless steel, but I happened to get them from Harbor Freight real cheap. And so basically I just took a size that really wasn't meant for these, used nuts and washers, and got this where it's together and acts like a vise. And so this will allow me to drill evenly through those 3 holes, and then waller out this big hole there. It took some doing, but these right here are walled out to just a little bit bigger than a 3/8 inch, which I really didn't want that, but it'll be fine. Ironically, 1 foot seems to be the ideal for right here. Actually 1 foot and a little bit over, which is fine because this goes just a little bit over. So I'm going to say that this right here is ideal. I don't want to go too far back. Now I need to measure this to see how deep it is, which I think it is. Let's see, it is 1.25 inches. So, alright, so I was able to get it in. It's a little off, but not much. I can run it through and then thread it once I get to the other side, which is kind of good. It is a little walled out on this end right here, and it's not the easiest to put in, but it would stay, so I'm gonna call that good. Okay, it's getting dark, but you can get an idea of how this is going to work. I'm going to take this off just so I don't damage the boat when I release it to the water. But this will go back in like this, and then when the boat goes off, I'll put that on. The spool will go right there. That will lift this boat up about 1.5 inches, maybe more, maybe 2 inches max, which will bring it about 3 inches up, which should do about right. This should guide the boat more upwards towards the roller up here, so that when it's in the water, because this is a water line, so when I back up, I have to back further up than what I need to in order to get this up over the roller. So this will kind of lift the boat up more over the roller as I start cranking up on it. I'm thinking this is going to be the answer. I hope. We'll find out. Well, this right here is a well-used boat ramp and also a park. So we got a storm coming and high winds, so I've got the windsock on, but you still may hear some wind noise. I can't do anything about that. I apologize in advance. And we're going to get this all together real quickly so that we can get out of here before a storm hits. Okay, that's good. Go to this one right here. Okay, that's good. We'll go to this last one right here. Get it seated up good. So this right here is already starting to mar. It's having some issues. It rolls sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. That just is not going to allow any type of washer or anything to go in. This is a little bit bigger. I may switch over to this because that seems to be a lot smaller than this, by about a good 1/2 inch. And you can see the marring being done. This is non-marring, so I may just switch over. That may be the answer. For now, we'll just put this back. So what I noticed here, it worked, did fine, but it was too high. So I need to lower this down so that I can actually get this to something that would work. So what we're going to do is undo everything that we did and come back with another level. What?
You filming low?
Yeah, I've been working on this boat trying to get a film going about me doing some modifications to my boat trailer.
Oh, okay.
That's a pretty dog.
Oh, thank you. He's supposed to be at the vet, but we're a little early.
I used to have them. They're a good dog.
Oh, he's my best buddy. So.
Oh yeah, you can't beat him. That breed. Okay, I just want to talk about what's going on here, what we need to do. I really don't want to go this low, but I think if this is the center bolt, that we'd be alright. I think I'm just going to wallow out that bolt hole and then come up here and here and that will be my two holes here. I'm probably going to go a little high here and a little low here. There is a big gap here, so I may go a little bit higher or a little lower here. I don't know, but I want to use this. I don't want any bolt going through here. I want it to be about right there as the top bolt. So I'm thinking that if I come right here, that'll be low enough. So this is going to be what goes through the actual trailer. One somewhere around here, one somewhere around here. I'm going to go a little higher, a little lower here. That way I've got a little bit of movement, not much. And so I'm not going to show it. You've seen me drill holes. There's no reason to show that. So I'm just going to drill it out and then we'll put on the boat. Alright, so this is going to be some tight quarters here. We're going to have to adjust and deal and overcome. But what we're doing basically is running this through. Actually, running it through here. Yeah, run it through here. Getting it to come out on the other side. There we go. And okay, so we're fixing this real quick, and I just don't like this roller. I don't like the soft rubber roller. It just deteriorates too easy. I'm not into it. It's already messing up. So can you see that right there? That is just not acceptable to have gaps in here. And that's just tore up already. It's supposed to be non-marring, so let's see if we can get two washers here. Nope. This right here, the tide is up and that ramp is at a weird angle, and so unless I back up real bad or whatever, I'm never going to get that to where I want it, and I know that. I know it because I've dealt with it before. So I'm just going to, I'm not even going to tighten that up that much, because really and truly that's going to sit and cure while I'm fishing. So what I have to do is actually get this thing to where it is almost under the bow before it worked. That other part is not working. So if anybody has any thoughts, I'd love to hear them. Please let me know. It's always something, folks. So the boat got cattywampus on the trailer. I tried to back in with really no lights around to navigate with, and I ended up running off the boat ramp here. I've got a yellow or a mayfly on the camera, but I've come off the ramp. The wife is coming. It's about 10 o'clock at night, so I know she's gonna love me to death. I'm gonna try to turn the truck around and guide it to where the boat comes down. If I can do that, I might be able to just drive it back onto the ramp with the boat off and not need a board. Probably I'm gonna need a board and just drive the tire up onto the ramp and then redirect with her help. That's always something. Well, I am beyond underwhelmed. So one of the issues I'm having, because of the front part of the boat, on this back part, in order for that thing to do what it's got to do, it's causing this to rise up. I have to rise it up about, I'd say 3 foot, 4 foot above the guide right there. I could probably set up some type of guide post to keep it in line, maybe, but right now, this right now is going up like that. And then the other night what happened was it got jacked up too much and got behind here and was resting on this, and so the boat was turned sideways. Moreover, right here, this started spazzing out on me. I don't know, I'm thinking ground. I'm thinking that the ground messed up, so I've got to look and see what happened with the ground, why the ground's messing up, see if I can do something with it. It's acting up, so I've got to fix that. Yay. Plus, I'm looking over here, that's still moving about. I didn't widen out that hole to where I can come up another ½ inch. I may lift it up. I may see if that would work. Right now I'm at a loss. So honestly and truly, if anybody has any ideas, I'm willing to hear it. If I could find one of these that was reasonably priced, that didn't come at an angle and came down to here, was like 27 degrees, like making a perfect 90 and wasn't at an angle here, but about 27 degrees down, that would solve so many problems, because that would allow me to get it right where it belongs. I cannot find a piece that does that. I did find one that was close and probably would work, but brand spanking new. It is, I think it was $120 something, and that was just a cheapo. Most of them are running $200 to $300. I'd hate to spend that much and it not work, but that may be my next option. If any of y'all has any ideas, suggestions, anything like that, I really want to hear that. I want to hear any thoughts you have on way fix this, cause I don't want, and this is something my wife talked about. She said you don't want to spend more money than it would have been just take it to a guy and have him do it professionally at the trailer place. I could go to a trailer place and basically for what it costs for buying a brand new trailer, have it fixed. I don't want to do that either. Alright, I'm having to use the camera off the tripod for this, but the first thing I'm noticing right here is this too loose. It's just backed off. Problem is that it's hard to get in there. I've got a special little ratchet deal that I got, cheap kit, but it works. That's a reason why I believe you should have multiple types of tools, even the cheap tools. You never know when you might need help. So what we're going to do is fix this. Definitely, I told my wife, I said I know the problem on this. It's a ground, definitely a ground. So we're going to fix that first. this side was actually worse than the other side that was messing up on me. Anyway, this right here, I don't know if you can see it. Here it is. That right there is a adjustable multi-wrench. It is something I got off of Temu. It is one side goes from 3/8 to 5/16 to a half, and then the other one goes from 9 to 7 millimeters to 9/16 to 7/8. Oh wait a minute, I'm sorry, it wasn't 3/8, 3 to 8 millimeters, 5/16 to 1/2 inch on this side, and then 9 to 17 millimeters, 9/16 to 7/8 millimeters on this, or 7/8 on this side. So you got metric and conventional American style. I know a lot of guys gonna say you ain't supposed to use that. Yeah, I understand, but it's easier to get this on there than anything else. And when you're in a bind, this will work. And this stays in my emergency kit that I have from a boat, just in case. Well, I've done some looking around. I've done some figuring. Everybody that I've looked at, everything I've found, there's one company that they sell this same model, but instead of being at angle, it's straight up. I get mixed reviews. It's $140. I can do 140. So what I'm gonna do is, it's going to be about a week before it arrives. At least a week. I am going to, doesn't have the base plate. They want you to use U-bolts. I don't have any U-bolts that are that size. So I'll see if this base plate will work. If it won't, I'll talk to my buddy Ricky, or I've got some other people that I know that they also do metal and have stuff, and they're pretty good at this kind of thing. Basically, I've got friends, and I'll see what I can find. I'm not gonna mess with that. I'm gonna leave that where it's at, because all I need this to do is drop down by about 6 inches. If it would drop down 6 inches, 6 to 8 inches, I think that's my problem. It's like well, most guys in America, just 6 more inches. That's what we need. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order that piece, see if that works. I'll be back. $200, and a week later, I got my part in for the boat from Alabama, Meridianville, Alabama. It seems that Dymatic Tools is the only company that does this, and they're all listed as $140 plus shipping, and by the time you add in shipping and taxes, might as well say $200. Now the shipping, what I find it interesting is that there's multiple listings on eBay and Amazon and elsewhere, and they have multiple shippings, but it's all the same price. I was like, okay, so even on the same site, you may have 3 listings for the same part, but it's different shipping prices. I don't understand it. Let's see if it kind of matches, because I think Dymatic is really what I've got on my boat already, my boat trailer. So let's see. All right. I thought I was filming, but I wasn't. So it's dark. I did check this out. There's some things I don't like about it. It's got a really crappy zinc coating. I mean, it is a crappy zinc coating. They didn't do a good job of zinc dipping this at all. So it's galvanized-ish. There's pieces that are protected, pieces that are not. It is crap. And then they put this little chintzy little thing over here to make sure nobody can get into it. Of course, you can always pop that off and to change that out, but it's not set up for you to install one of these rollers. It's got the Marne type roller. I've got the Barrow type roller. I'll probably leave this on for now, and then I'll quickly change it out once it starts getting marred up. They've got a little sticker on here, says made in the USA, Dymatic Tool Company, quality since 1969, www.dymatictool.com, 256-828-3429. So it has the phone number. It's a very poorly designed sticker too, but then again, this is a very poorly designed product. It's got some type of little thing right up there. I don't know what that's for. They did send me a sheet on how to install this, but it was so faded you can't even read it, and it's for the wrong model. There's so in here there's little holes for a pin, but there's no pin mechanism, just this little bolt right here that's welded in. You just screw it in to friction hold it. Yeah, there's that. It's not the best in the world. The base plate does match with my other base plate down here, so I can do that. So we're going to see if it works. Like I said, they got this thing where you can't get to it unless you pop that off and all that. I'm not going to take that off. I'm going to leave it like it is. As long as it works, fine. Everybody that has used it said if they had any problems, the manufacturer will not honor their warranty. They will not replace it. And if you try to return it, you have to pay for the shipping. And as I said before, even on eBay and Amazon, there'd be 3, 4, 5 listings for the same freaking product and different costs for shipping on each one, which is stupid. And then they also they tell you have to pay for all return shipping as well. They send it UPS, which I thought was really good. So they didn't do Amazon shipping, they did it through UPS. I'm surprised there's not more competition in the market, that somebody from China or whatever didn't make one that's a 9-degree, that you had to deal with somebody in America. Cause like you go in Walmart, they sell these, they're angled for like $90, but I can't get a 9-degree one for less than $200 once you include shipping, and that was with free shipping on Walmart, which is crazy. Amazon had similar deals and eBay had similar deals, and there's other companies that had online stores similar deals. Dymatic, they're still stuck in the dark ages, and while they're saying that they're proud to be USA made, it ain't that great. So we'll see how it is. We'll put it on. I've got some stuff to do this weekend. I've got a fishing trip planned Monday. My truck broke, so I've got stuff that's gonna make it where it's hard for me to get out and get this put on, but as soon as I get put on, you'll see me on the water. So that would, even though it may be days for me, it'll only be for a few seconds for you. Since all the online reviews says that diecast will not honor their warranty under any circumstances, and basically what you're doing is you're paying for the metal used and the shipping for work that looks like it was done by a student welder. Really and truly, anybody that has a welder, they could do this and make this, probably do a better job than what diecast does. So I just went ahead and took the sticker off and spray painted it down. I used Rust-Oleum, the 2x ultra coverage in flat black. That 2X Rust-Oleum, in my opinion, is the best spray paint on the market. I have not found a bare spray paint, so while this is drying, let's work on the boat's wiring, cause evidently we got a wiring issue. Yay. So yeah, GoPro's overheating issue struck again with multiple videos being corrupted and lack of audio files. So I'm sorry about that, guys. Alright, so first thing we gotta do is take this off. We got a 9/16. Alright guys, everything is installed. I finished tightening up the screws. Battery was starting to overheat in this Florida heat. But everything's set up. Now we're going to back up and try to load up the boat. Okay, what I did is I just raised it up a little bit. I'm going to back up and see if that works. Alright, we have some issues. First issue I got to deal with is that bow is not touching totally the roller. The other thing is these sides are not high enough to cradle, and so it's still having to go too far out the back. It's more straight than it's ever been before in its life though, but it needs to be a little bit straighter. I need to lift up that back part somehow. I'll figure that out. Well, it would appear that my battery chargers went out on me. I don't know why. I'll have to look into that, but it's gone. It's dead. I don't know why. We're on day 457 of this 30-minute easy fix project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to backen those screws off that are bolts I did yesterday. Move it over about 1.5 inches. I'm going to keep it same level. After I get done with that, I'm going to show you the next step, because we got to work on that, and I'll explain that in a second. Alright, so this right here, this opening here, what I've got to do is I've got to bring this end all the way down here, and this will go down here, and then I'll tighten them up. And I'll do this for the front and the middle, because remember, the back end's already all the way down, and this will lower everything down. If you see these rollers, that should put the boat down to the level of the roller. The roller will then hit right here with the keel. That's what that groove is for the keel, and guide the boat along. And that should assist. That will put the boat roughly at the end, and it will be cradled between those two. I am hoping that will resolve my issues. Alright, I've changed my mind. I'm just going to keep it like this for now and see what happens. We're getting into an area where I could do some things and may cause more harm than good. Let's make small adjustments and go from there. That's the better, smarter solution, I think. Alright, so the boat is actually on the roller. I'll take that as a win. I didn't have to back out as far. As soon as I got the roller at the very tip here, I was able to roll it up and carry it up. So I call that a win. A potential loss is the runner boards. It's still not on the runner boards. It is resting on that roller. So I do need to come up with the runner boards a little bit. And also, it would appear that it's not really on the that keel part, so it's not as good as it should be and is a little off. Something to work on. Problem is, because it wasn't on the runner boards like it should be, that means that it was off a little bit. So something to work with there. It's over to one side, and then you got this massive amount over here on this side versus this side. So we gotta fix that. But I've always had that problem. We can address that, though. I think a lot of this is uneven as well, and that is impacting things. Something to think about is maybe pulling what I did is I pulled to that little yellow roller right there. I may need to make sure that that yellow roller is a few inches above the water line. That would essentially cause the boat to have to lift up and stay more true. There's another issue I need to talk about as well. When I did these posts here, these are, if you hadn't seen them, they're lighted. So they actually have lights at the top. So these are guideposts. And when I made them, well, this one takes most of the brunt. My left side, for whatever reason, it just catches it. One of the things I have thought about doing is zip tying this up. I think I need to zip tie it up. So I'm probably going to set up a zip tie system in place, probably down here and maybe up here, to kind of hold this into place so that it will be more sturdy. It just catches too much torque, and I'll do the same thing for the other side, even though it doesn't catch that much. That will make it a little bit more sturdy, I think. But for now, I mean, like some of this stuff down here, the runner boards that don't look even, I can probably fix all that. I finally got some heat shrink connectors, so I'll probably change all that pretty soon, but I'm gonna call this good. It is working way better than it ever has before. I did fix the overall issue that I had. I mean, normally these right here have to be almost in the water to load this boat. Now this is actually on the roller like it should be, which is what I wanted. It's on the roller. Yesterday it wasn't. It's sitting off of, and that troubled me. That's unsafe. So that's good. That's hooked up. That's connected good. That's connected good. That roller, I need to make better use out of that. I need to look here. That's far enough right there. I'm good with that there. It just needs to be sitting up where it's actually running on the rollers better. I would like to set up something so I had a better guide system. I don't know what I could do. Maybe I could heat up some, see, these are rollers. So maybe I could heat up some posts. I don't know. But they're at an angle. I'm thinking maybe I need to do some posts or something other so that they got something coming up that they can guide through and sit better. Because this right here, I mean, you know, the boat is well above it, and then when you're in the water, these are like, you know, 2 foot still down the water. So we need to do something about that back end, that tail end, and getting it proper on the rollers. But that is not a job for today. It's 98 degrees right now. Today's my dad's birthday. He passed away 2018, Christmas 2018, or around Christmas, just before Christmas. So I want to wish my dad a happy birthday. Love you, Dad. We're going to end this. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below any suggestions you may have, any thoughts, any ideas. I really do appreciate it. I have some of the best followers on YouTube. Now, I get some troll comments, don't get me wrong. I get some, but those aren't my followers. Those are the new viewers that, you know, they see somebody putting themselves out there and well, they can't do it. I'll just say it that way. So they try to tear down people because of their inadequacies. But y'all aren't that way. Y'all are the good ones. You stay to the end. Y'all are true. So please show me some love. Give me that like. That really does help out with the channel. Leave your comments. Tell me what I need to do, what I need to consider. I will definitely consider it. If you hadn't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. It's free. I don't get your information. I don't hound you. That's all through YouTube, and that's just so you can be notified of future content. And with that, I'll see you again next time. Bye.